an amateur cellist and singer, and I absolutely love it. But I also love going to concerts. There's a difference between playing and listening, which sounds obvious in the first place, but when you learn an instrument, you learn to play it, and you hardly ever develop to be a good listener. And for instance, to go to a concert and leave all that kind of player idea behind and really be there, enjoy the music, the complexity of it, and not only follow the cello section or something, and really develop a holistic idea of listening, that's a different skill. I'm Mirjam James, and I'm the founder of Music for Open Ears. So my first cello teacher, I started when I was 10. It's quite late for a cellist. When I came in to unpack my cello, I was between pupils. He would just sit there. I would just play, and then he would say, "Oh, do you know that piece?" And you think as a student, you think, "Oh God, I should know that piece." And I would say, "No," and he would say, "Oh, neither do I." So I think one of the things that he did is to foster very, very early on an enjoyment for just being with the music. I want these children to experience live music. So that's the reason why we bring musicians into primary schools and work with these children to develop what I call active listening skills. One of the things how we do it is that we link it to something of the children's world, or I say to the schools, we link it to the curriculum, so that we pick up the topics that the children work on anyway. That could be the seasons, it could be animals, it could be anything, and we find music that fits that topic. One very, very big part of our project is then to develop responses to that music, and that can be in writing, that can be in drawing and painting, that can be in movement. It's interesting to see the writing that comes out. Some stick to this analytical thing, and some it opens a whole world of imaginary storytelling. So one part was high, one part was low, one part was sad. Two of them play, and then the other two join in, and then the first two stop. Or all three of them play, and one misses out. So this was a very analytical approach to it. It's kind of who's playing, when, and what. And somehow more kind of narrative. In this piece, we heard an argument about cheese and crackers. The cello and the violin thought crackers, and the other violin and the viola thought cheese. In the middle, they started being rude. So it went sad. Then they became friends again. Nobody won, but we were to choose crackers. Every listener has his own way or favourite way to listen to music. Some just like to sit there and not do anything. Some like to write, and some like to move around. When you have to coordinate your movements to that music, it makes you listen to it, move differently to changes. So we do individual movements to it, to focus on what they hear. What we show children is how musicians respond to each other. So when they perform together, they have to listen, and you can model that in movements. So we have one of my favorite activities is mirroring each other's movements, and it's either one follows the other one, or they both move in the same way. That's quite complex then for the children because they have to listen to the music, but also respond to the person in front of them, how they move. It takes their concentration away from any kind of distraction. And for some, the movement is an easier way to listen to that music. The music and science workshop can be done with both strings or woodwinds, because the basic ideas about vibration and resonation is the same. We can make either everything that vibrates with strings, that is all varieties of boxes, and it's amazing what turns into a violin. You know, you can have wooden boxes, you can have cardboard boxes, but they also kind of use plastic, all sorts of plastic boxes and all sorts of types of strings, and just work it out what makes the best sound. For woodwinds or brass, we start with straw oboe, which again shows the vibration very, very nicely. And also, even the little straw, you can turn that into an instrument and show the shorter it is, the pitch goes up and up and up. Or you can extend it, you can put things at the end, you know, all sorts of tubing, and suddenly you realise it makes a very, very low sound. So it's a very playful way to understand acoustics, and a very easy way just to engage with these musicians as well, because they can demonstrate it on their instruments, and it's a nice way then the children can replicate it in a similar way. We would like to give children, from whatever background they are, the opportunity to experience a live performance, and also to respond to that live performance in a way that they feel comfortable. So I want them to walk away to realise a musical person is not only that person that learns an instrument, but also I have that in me to do something with this music, which is either writing something, it's drawing, it's moving around it, and it's mine. So I want to kind of widen for these children different musical style, but also this live music experience. The moment after the first longer performance, that's the most magical moment, when you have the thing they started to listen to it and that touched their heart and you can tell. I think that's the most amazing thing when you to leave and think, well, I think we did well today.